Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about a serious issue which is having numbness specifically going into the arms and hands or going into the legs and feet. So we're going to go into detail with that. If you're watching for the first time, my name is Dr. Sandy. I'm a practicing doctor of chiropractic in the city of Mississauga. It's been over 20 years. I've personally done over 300,000 adjustments, and in that time we've also been blessed to win multiple awards, including Best Chiropractor in Mississauga, Best Chiropractor in Peel Region, because we are obsessed with helping our patients get results. We're a results-driven office by doing gentle, specific chiropractic, by focusing on the nerve system to achieve optimal health in our patients. And if you are an existing viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate it. I always hope that whether you're new or you're a returning viewer, that you're always learning something, looking at the body differently, and walking away with value. So if you do, please like, share, subscribe. Let's get into it. So what can happen is I've talked to patients where they'll say something like, they got up one day and they start to feel this like numbness and tingling. And I will tell you, traditionally, you'll see a pattern. What I've seen with my patients is that it may be very faint at the beginning, very infrequent. There's a thinking that, hey, it'll probably go away with time, probably no big deal. Like, maybe I did sleep in a different way and a nerve got pinched. And sometimes it does go away, but sometimes what can happen is the frequency can increase, the intensity can increase, the duration can increase, and it can be a very frightening feeling, because if it gets bad enough, not only is there that feeling, but certain nerves that may also be involved control power. So you may have numbness and you're feeling things, but you can still use your hand or something like that, but it can also cause a sensation where you're starting to lose power. So you're still able to lift certain things. It may be a little more difficult. If it gets very extreme, you may drop things by accident. So obviously that's something that needs to be investigated. Now, traditionally on the medical side, obviously in extreme situations where it's too far gone, someone might need to take certain medication. If that's not helping that person respond to the situation, they may elevate to the next level, which is an injection. And if that is not working, that person is really in dire pain and distress, they may resort to surgery. Now, as a chiropractor, here's what I want to say. I think in emergency situations, I totally get it. I understand when someone has exhausted all natural options, conservative treatments, I understand that. But I think sometimes what can happen is we jump into those tools, but we should evaluate things that are natural first. So I would say when it comes to numbness and tingling, it should be properly evaluated by a chiropractor, properly assessed to see what we can do to help. Because the good news is that there's a very high success rate in chiropractic where taking pressure off the nerves can help that numbness and tingling and help that person get back to normal life. So let's go into a little bit of the science and anatomy of what's happening. So let's say with the top area, so if there's any type of numbness or tingling going into the arms and hands, I'm talking in generalities, but usually what can be involved is like C5, C6, C7, which goes into that lower portion. And not only can it control sensation, so you might have numbness, tingling, burning, but there are nerves also that are controlling power. So when someone may have a feeling or lack of feeling, that might be a stage one. But if it gets bad enough, then they're saying things like, it's harder to push things or move things, or they may drop something by accident, so they start to lose power. I want you to know as you watch this video that the purpose of your nerve system, it is a power system. It's like this big generator sending almost like electrical impulses through the body. And its job is to send the power, send that energy. But if that message gets blocked, compromised, compressed, it's not working at that full potential, it's just not sending a clear signal, what can happen is that the sensation can change in a certain part of the body, the power can change. Let's look at the lower part of the body. So the lower part of the body, if we have anything in the lower leg, that's classic sciatica. Again, we can have sensations of numbness, tingling, and burning, shooting pain even. Then if it gets compromised bad enough, we might lose power. It's hard to stand. It's hard to walk. So these can be very frightening. But I would say anyone having the numbness and tingling, please get assessed by a chiropractor, properly evaluated, because this is where we're strong. Numbness and tingling, a lot of chiropractors have success with it. We've seen a lot of people come to our office with that numbness and tingling in the arms and hands, numbness and tingling in the legs and feet, and we were able to make changes, help those people feel stronger. Because here's the other thing I want to share with you. When you are getting numbness and tingling, whether it's the arms or legs, the biggest thing I've seen in health is that when you don't feel your best, it really shakes your confidence. And then you start to think things like, maybe, is this the way it's going to be? Am I getting older? Like, do I have to slow down? Do I have to maybe give up sports? Should I work less? And then one thing also people are concerned about as they get older is that I believe most people obviously want to be healthy. They want to be strong. But here's the thing I want to share with you too. They want to be independent. No one wants to get older and start to depend on people. No one wants to get older and have their kids take care of them. And of course, sometimes that does happen, and maybe at the end stage that's required. But I think we can generally agree, all of us as we get older, even forget about the kids, even your spouse, you would never want to be a burden on someone. Of course, if extreme circumstances happen, I understand, but we want to be healthy. We want to be independent. I think that's the name of the game. And I think we should always look at healthcare as a ladder system and say, okay, what can I do? Like, I've tried to do stretches, I've tried to do yoga, and if that helped, awesome. And if it's still not going away, then we should look at things that are natural and conservative. And then if that, for whatever reason, is not working, yes, we can go to more drastic measures like the medication, injection, and surgery. But I think there's a huge opportunity to help a lot of people before maybe they go to that level, to look at something natural and powerful like chiropractic. So again, as I was saying, C5, C6, C7, anything at that level can cause numbness, tingling, affect power, even going into the arms and hands. How would this happen? Sleep positions. I think personally a sleep position causing this, I feel it's probably at the end stage. I think before that, there might have been a lot of using a computer, obviously typing, using your hands, using the mouse. I think there's probably a lot of stress. I think those would be big factors. And then at the that's more at the top end of things. And at the lower end, if there's any issues with the lower lumbar spine, I'm talking like L4, L5, S1. Now you're starting to get into the sacrum, the lower tailbone area. This is where you're going to have the sciatica, shooting pain in the leg, motor compromise, and things like that. So what would cause that? Well, sitting a lot, driving a lot. And a lot of people, as I make this video, most people are computer based. Most people are sitting all day. Most people, there might be people who are driving. We have people, taxi drivers, Uber drivers, people who are like driving trucks professionally, like that's their profession. So they're sitting all day. People just, sitting on a computer, as I mentioned. So these things are rampant with people using a computer, looking at their phone. We're seeing more and more of this. I mean, it's going to happen, and there's natural ways to take care of it. So again, that compression is called a radiculopathy, and that would send that numbness and tingling sensation. And what's interesting, the way I look at it, that when the body has a symptom, it's just asking for help. And if we ignore it, it just gets worse and worse and worse. The body is always trying to preserve itself, take care of you. It sends you warning signals. But it's up to you to take action. So I would love to obviously take care of people preventatively using chiropractic before the symptom develops. But it would be awesome to help people. I would say next to that is the early stages. When someone says, it's once a week, it's once a month, it's not a big deal, it'll probably go away. Well, what I would say to that is, why not take action? Why do we have to wait till it gets so bad and then we're just hoping for a miracle, right? Like, why does it have to get to that stage? And you have to realize chiropractic is awesome. Chiropractic's natural. But if someone waits too long, their only choice will be injections or surgery. We have to remember that chiropractic's great, natural therapies are great, but there is an endpoint. And if there's just too much damage, someone might need to go there. But what would be awesome if we can meet people early enough, we can avoid those things, which should be saved as a last resort. As a first resort, let's be proactive. Let's take care of the spine. Because again, I want you to be healthy. I want you to be independent. You should be thriving at your job. Imagine when your body is not feeling right, whether it's numbness, tingling, or whatever it's going on, it's hard to give 100% because there's something in your body bothering you. You're distracted. You might actually not take on certain projects. You might leave home early because you don't even feel good. You might be missing work. That is unacceptable. And ask yourself, if you keep missing work, are you likely to go to the highest level? Are you likely to be promoted? That's what we have to realize. Your health is everything. It affects so many parts of your life. What about at the home front? If you're not feeling 100%, if the body's not working right, how can you be at the best for your spouse, husband, wife? How can you be at the best for your kids? And you might be, missing playing basketball with them or a tennis game, or maybe you can't go out as much because you're in so much discomfort. That is not a way to live. That is not a good quality of life. And even forget all of that for yourself just to get up and say, hey, I want to play golf today. I want to go to a tennis game. I just want to do my own thing. I just want to jump in the car and go to the mall and shop, or whatever it is. When you're healthy, you can do those things. But if you're not healthy, you can't do those things. And it's not a way to live. It affects your confidence, and there has to be a better way. So I hope that makes sense, that if someone has numbness or tingling, the first step is call the chiropractor. And I want to say this, like, if you have learned anything from this video, please like, share, subscribe. But man, if you have a question, contact us. We're here for you. We can let you know if we can help. But just if you have any questions, we're available. You can text or call us at 905-896-3393. If you just want to explore more about our office before you even contact us, you can visit us on the web at gopowerflow.com or www.drbhasin.com. You can go to either website. I'll include it below in the links. But if you're ready to kind of make that next step and you're like, look, I got issues, I want to get better, I want to see if chiropractic possibly could help me, you could also book for a spinal checkup. We have a 7-point spinal checkup. There's certain tests we're doing, looking at the nerve system, looking at the spine, and just looking at, is it as strong as it can be? Is it optimal? What can we do naturally to get you feeling strong again? That's really the mission. So if you're ready to take that step, you can also text or call us at 905-896-3393. The way I work, we'll do our evaluation. If I can help you, great. And if I don't think I can help you, I'll also let you know. But we're here for you on any level. And wherever you go, I just wish you great health for you and your family. I hope everything's just going better for you. And I just wish the best for you. So God bless. Dr. Sandy signing off.